Alright, so today we're reading from the book, Keywords for Astrology. And we are starting with the very basics. The very basic starting of astrology. We are going to start with, we have to start with the boring sun sign. Everybody knows their sun sign, right? But this shows a lot of, it shows you the archetype, the dignity, exaltation, the fall, the shadow, the strengths and weaknesses, the problem areas. And this applies to everyone for their sun sign and where the sign is in their birth chart. So the sun in dignity is in Leo. That means that the sun naturally rules over the sun sign Leo. The sun is in detriment in Aquarius. Detriment means that it's harder for the sun sign not to flourish, but it's just a completely different wavelength of that sign or that planet. So that's just the easiest way I can explain it. Exaltation is in Aries. Exaltation means that the planet gives a lot of energy. This sign, Aries, is exalted. It's very alive, works really well inside of the sun sign. The fall is in Libra. So fall means that it's a lot harder for Libra to work inside of the sun sign. Libra is Venusian, Venus, and the sun is very exuberant. Venus operates more on the material in the heart versus the ego per se. Now, remember when we're talking about astrology, that this is basics and there is so much more to it. I don't mean that people in Libra sun signs are naturally bad or it just doesn't work. But we're talking from sign per sign and how the energies play out. Okay? It says it orbits through the entire zodiac in 1 year and it stays 1 month per year, the sun. So that's how everyone knows what their sun sign is per month. It changes twice a month depending on how far you are through the month. So the archetype of the sun. The archetype is, so when you think of the sun in your birth chart, you think about what can I look up to give me the energy that planet puts out. So the archetype of the sun is the hero, the father, or the king. And the sun rules over Leo, the king of the jungle. The hero, the sun, when you think of the sun, very vibrant, a superhero, somebody that can save the day. Save the day. Sun. The shadow can be an overbearing person or the megalomaniac. Because the ego, because the sun does rule the ego, it can sometimes be very in your face all the time. It takes up a lot of energy. The sun sign is absolutely very important, just like every part of the zodiac is in your birth chart. The principle, the sun embodies your character and your central concerns. The area and the manner in which most of your personality development occurs. It symbolizes your path and your goal, what is most essential to you. It represents the yang principle, yin and yang, or yin and yang. The consciousness, the mind, the will, activity. And vital energy, individual creativity and self-realization. The sun embodies the masculine principle in the horoscope. At the same time, the sun reflects the fatherly masculine element, which represses the attitude towards one's own father, substitute fathers, and people in positions of authority. So again, when you think of the sun sign, think of, so when you're looking at your chart, wherever the sun is, that will give you a lot about how you've viewed fatherly figures in your life, or people of that nature, people that you've looked up to that are masculine. So let me tell y'all something. I actually have my sun sign in the 12th house. The 12th house is the house of the hidden. I never knew my father. I, in fact, don't even know what he looks like. So the sun sign for me, my masculine, my father figure, is in the house of the hidden. This is not the same for everyone, but when you actually, if you've ever seen my chart, it explains more about it. Like I said, just the basics. The strength of the sun is the self-confident individual. Powerful development of one's own being, makes a strong impression and has a striking personality. Healthy self-reliance, very lively, exudes warmth. Creative and independent with self-confidence. The problem area of the sun is the overextended person. Either a self-exaggeration of one's own possibilities, arrogant personality, because remember it rules the ego, or a frail, weak-willed, fawning posture. See, there's some of the words in this book, they're kind of old. Great difficulties in the development of one's own essence. A late bloomer. So when the sun sign in a chart can be have a lot of negative aspects to it, it can cause some of those things that I just named. The goal of the sun is to develop individual character. The search for your wholeness and your true identity. The journey of a hero. Representatives of the sun's principle, all role models and forceful personalities. Like I said, fathers, rulers, authority figures, politicians, aristocrats, but also egoists, tyrants, swindlers, and megalomaniacs. And I love this book also because it does show you the bad. It shows you both, because we have to have bad in everything. That's duality nature. We live in a duality nature world. The physical correlations. This coincides with medical astrology. The sun rules over the heart, the spinal cord, blood circulations and blood, the solar plexus, and the respiratory system. Now, when it comes to medical astrology, that would only have to be your judgment. There is a lot of different things to read up on that, and many astrologers kind of have different views. I personally don't consider the sun as a respiratory system. That's more air signs. But like I said, with medical astrology, that's a whole different thing. And that actually, everything I read you was the basis of the sun. That was 10 minutes. Okay, good. I really hope you guys all stuck around to listen. If not, I understand. But, so that is just, like I said, these very basics. And we're going to get more into each of them. But, yeah.